Where's my sound? So welcome again. My name is Kelly. Today's class will explore angles and yoga poses, and we'll do some light strength training with 3 to 5 pound weights. So don't have anything heavier than like 5 pounds. So think of this class as an active recovery day from strength training the day before. And if you didn't get your strength training in yesterday, then I suggest you go back and get that done. So let's get started on your back. We're going to warm up first with some core work. We will use weights during that. So I want you to move onto your mat. Maxwell, can I have my mat now? Move over. All right, so lower down all the way. I'll set the timer. Each move or each pose will do for about a minute. So we will stay on a schedule. This class is about 30 minutes. So lie down on your mat, as I said, and we shall get started. Set, start. All right. So first thing is reach your arms overhead and stretch, first of all, and then reach your legs out and stretch. Bring your knees into your chest, grab your shins with your fingers, and pull the legs into your body. And then set your feet on the floor and reach the arms right there. So just set the feet on the floor and reach your arms. And sweep the arms around to the sides and grab your shins and pull the legs in and lift your shoulders up this time off of the mat. And then set your feet down again, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, sweep the hands around, grab your legs, pull your shins in or your thighs in towards your chest, lift the shoulder blades off the mat, and then place the feet on the floor, reach. This time, rather than grabbing, I want you to just reach your hands toward the sides, or your arms towards the sides, reach your hands towards your feet, and then set your feet down and reach overhead. Do that one more time. Exhale and reach, and then inhale, overhead. Cross your ankles, roll up, come onto your hands and your knees, then lift up into downward facing dog right here. So downward facing dog, the complementary move to those crunches, the crunches we just did, where you were pulling your chest or your shoulders off the mat. I want you to reach your heels towards the floor. They don't have to touch, but just reach the heels and hollow the belly. So right here in downward facing dog, pull in your abs, hug your inner arms in, press into your index fingers and your thumbs. Then as you exhale, I want you to shift forward into a full plank right here. Press the floor away, squeeze the thighs, lift up your hips, downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank, and then set your knees on the mat. We're going to go on your back again. So cross your ankles and sit behind your heels. Lower down all the way onto the mat again. Lift up your legs, your feet off the floor. So your knees are at a 90-degree angle right here. And reach the arms straight. So you're going to reach the left leg and the right arm. No weight first. This is called dead bug. Extend the right leg and left arm. Tap the thumb and then lift up. So notice your knees, they should be 90 degrees. Your arms are straight. All right? So now grab your weights and let's add some weight work to that. So arms straight up like that and knees bent 90 degrees. Reach your left leg and your right arm and touch. Lift that up. Do the other side. Touch. Lift up. Reach the arm and reach the leg and then straight up. Do it 2 more times, right side and then left side, or right, left, and then left, right. Now keep the weights, cross your ankles and roll up. or come onto the side and come onto your hands and your knees. Coming into downward facing dog, I want you to use your weights right here. So if you have a flat edge, if your dumbbells are rounded and they don't have a flat edge side, it may be more difficult and maybe you just come to your hands. But if you've got dumbbells with a flat edge side, come into downward facing dog with your hands on your dumbbells. Shift forward into plank. Lift up the hips, downward facing dog. And then shift into plank. And so I'm on the fleshy part of my hands right here. So I'm comfortable with my hands holding the dumbbells in downward facing dog and in plank. Exhale, exhale into downward facing dog. And then inhale into plank. Walk your feet forward and sit behind your heels again. Lower down onto your mat, on your back, supine position, looking up at your ceiling, legs bent 90 degrees, and flex your feet. Reach the arms up straight. So the difference between this set is I want you to have your feet flexed. So extend the left leg, right arm, and then lift up. Right leg, left arm, and lift up. Carefully, your palms are facing each other. Reach and lift. Reach and then straight up. Reach. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Do it again. Reach. And then hold. Cross your ankles and roll. Come up to downward facing dog. Push the floor away with your hands. Push into the weights. Lift up the hips. Downward facing dog. Pedal your heels right and left just to do it. Stretch out the back of the legs. Then hold static. Reach the heels towards the ground. Feel the back of the calves stretching out. Squeeze your thighs. So contract the thighs like you're lifting the kneecaps. Or you are lifting the kneecaps. Shift forward, plank. Lift up, downward facing dog. Shift forward, plank. Set your knees down. Just adding an element of difficulty. I want you to pull the right weight to the right hip and set it down. Notice your body, notice your core. Left weight to left hip. Now lift up the right knee. Lift the right weight to the right hip. Set your knee down, left knee up, weight up. And now let's do both knees up. Separate your feet, right weight to right hip, set it down. Left weight to left hip, set it down. Knees on the ground, cross your ankles and sit behind your heels. Going to your back again, all the way to the ground. Head on the floor, reach the weight up. Knees bent 90 degrees. Flex your feet, reach the left leg, right arm. Last time for dead bug. Reach the arm and then the leg. So working limbs in opposition. Stimulating the nervous system, the brain having to coordinate the movement of moving limbs in opposition. Knees 90 degrees. You can flex your feet right there. Reach and lift up. Reach. Knees 90 degrees. Arms are straight up right there. Do it again. One more time. Nicely done. Cross your ankles, roll all the way up. Coming into plank. Last time for this part. Coming into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog to plank, and we'll add a row. So downward dog, plank, set your knees down, row right to the hip, left dumbbell to the hip, lift up your knees, downward facing dog. Shift forward plank. Set your knees down if you need to. Otherwise, wrists out underneath shoulders. Pull the weight to the hip, other hip. Downward facing dog. Shift forward plank. Row right, row left, downward dog. Let's do one more, just like that. Plank, row right, row left. Downward facing dog. And you're done. Nicely done. Look forward, bend your knees, step to the front of your mat. Inhale and lengthen. You can move your weights out of the way. Exhale and fold over your legs. Reach for your elbows. Separate your feet and just hang right here in a forward fold. With the head and the weight of the shoulders, draw your body over. Pull your abs in. Now sway the arms from side to side. And then hold it in the center. Hands to your shins, lengthen and look forward. And then lift all the way up with a flat back. Abs in, reach the arms up and stretch overhead. Nicely done. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Shoulders back. Feet underneath your hips, you guys. Lift your toes and set your toes down. So spread the toes apart. I want you to feel the foundation of your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Soften your knees. Then exhale with a flat back. Fold over, swim the hands down the center line of the body. Lengthen and look forward. Plunge your hands, step back to plank. Lower down all the way with integrity. Put the top of your feet on the floor. Cobra pose. Pull the shoulders away from the back or from the floor. Press the top of the feet into the floor. Lower down. Tuck your toes. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Bring your right foot forward. So place the right foot beside your right thumb and then set your left knee down. So first lunge position. Inhale, reach the arms up. Your knee is on the floor. Stretching your hip flexors right there. Bring your hands to your heart, shoulders back. Hinge your body forward. Place your left hand on the floor. Reach the right arm up, stretch. Sweep the arm underneath or on the inside of the leg and rotate under. Reach the right arm up and then rotate under. Lizard with rotation. Do that one more time. Now place your right hand on the inside of your foot. Flex your foot, shift your hips back. So your hip is over your knee right there, so don't sit on the heel back there. And gaze forward. Press your heel down. Walk your hands forward, put your foot flat, come into downward facing dog. Right there. Opposite side. Lift the left leg up. Look forward and bring that left foot forward. Place the foot on the floor, right knee on the floor. Low lunge. Inhale, arms up. Relax the shoulders down, abs in, hands to your heart. Lean your chest forward, flat back right there. Place your hand on the floor. So right hand, spread your fingers, reach the left arm up. Now move your left leg out of the way. Rotate underneath. So you want to have space between your foot and your hand. You can even turn your left toes out slightly. Inhale, reach. One more time. And now place your hand on the floor and walk your hands back, flex your foot. There's your hamstring stretch. Lengthening the hamstring, relieving the lower back of stress or stiffness. Now place your foot on the floor, hands on the floor, press the floor down, downward facing dog. Coming into high lunge. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Look forward first. Now start to bring your right leg in. And step your right foot beside your thumb. Keep your heel up in the back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Stretch the body up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Shoulders back. Now lean your chest forward. And this time you're going to turn your elbows, turn your shoulders like you're turning your rib cage like a steering wheel towards the right side. Twisting the body Looking at the knee over the ankle, right over the ankle, in that 90-degree angle. Inhale and reach your arms up. Now, place the hands on the floor and just straighten the forward leg. So similar to the low lunge and then coming into hamstring stretch. Here, hamstring stretch. Look at your knee, nose towards your knee. Creating a triangle between the legs, the forward and back leg. Now bend your forward knee, hands on the floor, coming into downward facing dog. Lift up your left leg. Step your left foot forward, or bring the left foot forward. And I want you to widen your base this time. So look at your back foot before you lift up your body, and your forward foot. So there should be some width, right? Not on a tightrope. So the right foot is out to the side of the forward foot, then lift all the way up. Keep your hips where they are. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Hinge your body forward right there. Get your balance. If you have your knee over your ankle, more stability. Then turn the shoulders, turn the rib cage, and then anchor that elbow right there on the outside of your leg. Straighten the back leg. More integrity with that leg straight. If you're here, it's a little bit more flimsy. I want you to just straighten that leg. Hands to your heart. Untwist. Lift up your chest first. Reach your arms up. Hands to the mat. Straighten the forward leg. Reach the right heel towards the floor. It can stay up though. Straightening the forward leg, stretching the hamstring. Bend your knee. Come into downward facing dog. So press the floor away, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Coming into warrior one. So step your right foot forward. Set your left heel down before you lift up. Now imagine you're on a tightrope. So your heel aligns with the opposite heel. And then you're going to keep your hips where they are. Lift your body up. In fact, grab your hips right there and then turn your hips facing the front of your room or the front of your mat. Shoulders are squared with the hips. Inhale and reach your arms up. Big stretch. Now bring the hands behind the back and clasp the fingers. Let's stretch the front body. So complement that stretching the back with stretching the chest. Inhale and reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat, push the floor away, and come into downward facing dog. Second side, left leg up. Look forward, or look between the thumbs. Then bring that left heel in, or left foot in. Place your right heel down. Heel to heel alignment. Keep your hips where they are, and then lift your chest. So I'm pressing my back foot into the floor, my toes. Then I'm going to grab my hips and then reorient my hips facing forward. Lift the back inner arch. Hands to your heart right here. And reach up. Exhale. Hands behind. Clasp the fingers. Reach the knuckles towards the floor. Bend your elbows if you need to. I want you to have your palms together right there. Keep pressing into your feet. Look forward and take a deep breath in. Exhale it out through the nose. Notice the quality of your breathing. Is it smooth and deeply breathing? Now unclasp your hands, look down at the floor, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Vinyasa. A vinyasa is generally from downward dog to plank, lowering to the mat, up dog, and then downward dog. So let's do it together. Shift forward, plank. Press your fingers down. Shift forward so much that you're under your tippy toes. Draw your elbows in, press the index fingers and thumbs down, squeeze the thighs, lower down. There's your plank with integrity to the lower part. Put the top of the feet on the floor, belly on the mat. Hug the elbows in, shoulders down, cobra pose. Lower your chest first, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Push the ground away. Let's do that again. Shift forward, plank. Lower down. This time, chaturanga, elbows bent. That's 90 degrees right there. Then flip your feet. Press the floor away. Upward facing dog, look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels nicely, done. One more time, shift forward plank. Chaturanga, squeeze the thighs, hug the elbows in. Upward facing dog, press the floor away. Feet on the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Shift forward and step to the hands, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale and rise. Reaching the arms to your ceiling. Look up at your palms, palms together. Edge of the thumbs to the heart. And relax for just a moment. Pick up your weights. So squat to pick them up. Widen your feet about hip width. Now I'm going to have you cross the weights like this in front of each other. So light weights, right? And then bring the weights back like this. This is a tricep extension, so you're engaging the tricep muscle. And then here, the opposing muscle, the complementary muscle, the bicep. Tricep, and then bicep. So the weights may kind of cling together, but just try to keep them separated. Go slow and controlled. Now you're going to add a squat to that. So squat, and then reach. Squat, reach. Squat, and then reach. Remember, in a squat, you want your weight back into your heels. Bring it in, and then out. Curl, and then extend. Curl, extend. Stay with me. Curl, extend. Weights to the shoulders on opposing sides, crossing at the forearms. Right there. Curl, extend. Curl, extend. Again. Reach those weights to the side at a slight angle right there. Do it. 2 more. 1 more. And then hold right here. Shoulders rolled back. Now widen your feet. So wider angle, shoulders back. Weight to the side. So elbows bent 90 degrees. My wrists are in front of my elbows. My elbows are outside of my shoulders. 90-degree angle at the arms. Pull the elbows in. Lift the arms to the side and down. Now let's add. So when you bend your knees the direction of your toes. So look at your toes, look at your knees, right? Press your feet down and lift up. So first let's start with the legs. Lower and lift. So inner thighs, mostly working here, glutes by pressing your heels down. Now add arms, lifting the elbows to the side. There's your 90-degree angle, and then lower. Lift, and then lower. Up. Delt lift, so working the medial deltoid right there, the side of the shoulders. Lift, and the legs, inner thighs, and glutes. And then hold. Straighten your legs. Heel toe your feet closer together. So feet, toes turning forward, shoulders back. Again, we're going to cross right there at the forearms, and then extend the arms right there. Cross and extend. Now add a squat when you cross the arms. Cross and squat and then extend. So you're extending at the legs and extending at the arms. Working opposing muscles, biceps and triceps. Press your feet down. Try to go a little bit lower. Abs in, cross the arms, press the weight back, cross the arms, extension of the arms, cross, extension. Stay with me right here. 1 more, and then hold.
Widen your feet, toes turned out. Second round, shoulders back. Weight right here. So here, let's do a little more difficulty. Full extension of the arms. When the lever is shorter and your elbows are bent, easier on the shoulders, so you can always do that. But try. So reach the arms, and then bend the knees, and reach the arms to the sides. Straight or bent elbows to make it easier. Lower and lift. Press your feet down, your toes down. Remember, your knees go the same direction as your toes. Right there. Up and down. Reach up to the sides. Press your feet down, your toes down. Lift. A few more. Let's do 4. Press the feet down. 3, 2. Good job. Look up here. And then 1. I'm with you. And then stand. Heel toe your feet closer together. Shoulders back. Let's do some balancing movements before we take it to the mat. Shoulders back. Lift your right leg up. Balance. Woo, get your balance right there. Grab your knee, pull the knee in, rotate your foot, and then rotate the other way. Noticing your body, noticing how that feels to balance on one leg for a longer period of time. Set your foot down. Opposite side. Lift up the opposite leg. Grab your knee, pull it in, rotate your foot, rotate the other way, and then hold and set your foot down. Let's add to that a little bit of torque. So lift up the knee. So the torque by bringing the leg to the side. So this leg, this glute engages. Then place your foot on the calf or up at the inner thigh. Right there. Hands to your heart, and you're squeezing the thigh, and I'm using my leg strength. You eventually develop that strength. It's not about traction of the foot to the thigh. It's really about strength. Inhale and reach your arms up and stretch. Cross your fingers. Point your pointer fingers, cross the thumbs. Bring your arms near your ears. Straight body. Abs in. Relax the shoulders down your back. And then sweep the arms down all the way. Lift up your knee and set your foot down. Other side. Lift it up. So pull the knee in, bring the leg to the side, foot to the calf or the inner thigh. Hands to your heart. Reach your arms up. Look up here. Cross your fingers, point your pointer fingers, making adjustments along the way. Your body's learning, your central nervous system getting stronger, relaxing, or the nervous system, the balance getting stronger. Arms near your ears, and then unclasp your hands, hands to your heart, knee forward, and set it down. Eagle pose. Eagle pose, you'll come into a squat position like this and reach your arms. Chair pose. Then you'll lift up your right heel. So let's go right leg over left. So bring it over like that. Then squeeze your legs together, abs in, and lift your toes. Then bring your right arm underneath your left. So working in opposition, and then try to squeeze the toes behind the calf. Reach the arm up just for a breath. Unwind, and you're done. Out of there, right? Okay, let's do the other side. Reach the arms, sink down, leg up, and over. Touch down. Squeeze the abs, contract the abs, squeeze the legs together, pick up your toes. Left arm under right. Toes behind, reach the arms, take a breath in, exhale, unwind, open up, and set it down. Nicely done. Let's practice that one more time. One on each side. Chair pose first. Reach your arms, sink down, so weight is in the heels. My toes are spread apart. Then I'm going to lift up my right heel, bring the right leg over the thigh, and stay here. Then I'm going to bring my right arm underneath my left, circle it around like that, and then try to pick my toes up. Maybe I can reach the toes behind the calf. Inhale, eagle pose. Reach the arms. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Making adjustments along the way. It's okay. Inhale and reach. Up. And set it down. Let's do the other side. And then we'll sit on the mat. Inhale. And bring the leg over. Lift the leg up. Squeeze the legs together. Left arm under right. Wrap the toes around the back side of your leg if you can. Reach the arms. Breathe. Abs in. And then exhale. Inhale and reach up. Lift your knee. Couple of poses before we make it to the ground though, or come to a seated position. Step to the front of your mat. Inhale and reach up and stretch overhead. Then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Steady. Balancing on the right leg. Extend up, lift up the left knee and tip the chest forward. Extend the left leg back behind you. So my hands are at my heart. You can also reach your arms to the sides for more balance. Then set your foot on the floor. Set your heel on the floor. Inhale and reach your arms up. Warrior one. Then exhale. Open up warrior two. Straighten the forward leg. So my back foot is at a slight angle. My forward foot the toes are facing forward. My heel aligns with the arch of my foot. So look down right there. So now straighten the forward leg, and I just want you to reach forward, reach forward. We're coming into triangle pose. So reach the hand down towards the shin, reach the left arm up right there. And you want to straighten your sides. So rather than rounding the side, you're going to straighten the sides right there. There you go. So reach up, straight arm. Maybe you can put the fingertips on the floor right there. Don't lock the knee. Take a breath in and reach the arm over the ear. Take another breath in. And then exhale. Let's not forget to exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Bend your knee in the front. Now place your right hand on the floor. Left leg up. Half moon pose. And I've got my hand at my hip first. That helps with my balance. And then I can articulate my hip and my shoulder a little better to the side. Then I'm going to reach my left arm up and flex the foot. Breathe. Straight legs. 90 degrees at the hip joint. Now set your foot on the floor. Warrior two. Now we're going to shift the weight forward and step forward to the front of the mat. Changing sides. Shoulders back. Lift up the opposite leg. So I've got my right leg up. Now I'm going to reach my leg to the rear. Keep your hands at your hips or hands to your heart. Right there, warrior three. Set your foot on the floor. Put your heel on the mat. Warrior one. Inhale. Reach up. Again, front foot, toes pointing forward. Back foot's at a slight angle. Then open up warrior two right here. Triangle pose. So knee over ankle in the front, and you want to open your body to the side, the long edge of your mat like this. Then straighten your forward leg. My palms are facing down. Press into the big toe side of this foot over here. On the forward foot, then reach forward, contract the quadricep, then tip the hand over, creating that angle at the legs with straight legs. Fingertips point to the floor or to your shin, straight side body right here. Then as you exhale, bring the arm over the ear. Breathe and just press your feet down into the ground. So lifting the body by pressing the feet down And then exhale, don't hold your breath, inhale, and then exhale. Now bend the forward knee. Here's this half moon pose. Left hand on the floor, slide to the right foot in, and then keep your hand at your hip for a moment. Then open up the shoulder a little bit more, pulling the shoulder back, and then reach the right arm up. Flex your foot. And then bend your left knee, set your foot on the floor. Warrior two again, right here. And then place the hands on the floor. Bring your left leg underneath you. Set your knees down, child's pose. So the top of your feet on the floor, place your forehead down, child's pose for a moment. Reach your hands around and grab your heels. So you can grab the heels and feel the lower back release. Forehead just taps the mat, or a light amount of weight on the head with the forehead down. So supplementary to child's pose. Lift up the head, place your hands on the floor, and lift up your body. And then come to your back, scoot to the middle of your mat, slide your feet in. So supplementary, a little more intense than child's pose. So child's pose, your back is rounded over. Here we're going to round the back the opposite direction, or arch the back in bridge pose, glute bridge. So you want to pull your pressure back into the floor. You want to lengthen the lower back by kind of tucking the pelvis. Press into your feet, lift up your hips, clasp your hands, and make sure your shoulder blades are underneath you like this. So you created a nice shelf, and we'll just hold this for about 30 seconds. Clasp your hands together. If you can't do that, it's okay. Just press your palms into the floor and lift your hips. And you want to keep the pelvis tilted slightly to lengthen the lower back, lengthen the tailbone, and keep pressing into the big toe side of your feet, but keep your knees pointing straight up. Breathe in and breathe out. Press your arms down so you're lifting the body with integrity. Press the feet into the ground. The back of the head should be comfortably flat, the neck straight. Inhaling and exhaling. Unclasp your hands and then lower your hips down. Grab your knees. Complementary to glute bridge. Bring the knees into your chest. Flex your feet. Rotate your feet at the ankle joint, other way. Now cross your ankles and roll up. Wide angle. Supplementary angle, right? An angle equaling potentially 180 degrees, right? So toes pointing up, press the calves down, look forward, place your hands right in front of the groin or the center line of the body, and walk your hands forward. Just try. Bring your legs in closer together if you need to. Otherwise, stay right here for a moment. Walk your hands in further if you can. Just knowing the point where you should comfortably hold the stretch. Maybe you can place your forearms down. Toes pointing up, guys. Flex your feet, press your calves down. And then walk your hands in. Nicely done. All right, I want you to grab your behind the knees, pull your legs in towards each other, and bend the knees 90 degrees, or feet flat on the floor. Then bring the hands behind the hips, and then tip the knees over to the right and then the left. We'll bring the legs in 90 degrees. So tip the knees over to one side, doesn't matter what side, and look at the angle of the legs. So forward leg 90 degrees, side leg 90 degrees, right there. So this stretches the hip in internal rotation, and here external rotation. Pull in your abs. Then walk the hands in front of the shin like this, just for like one hand print, and then walk forward another hand print, and maybe you can slide the leg behind you and face the mat. Put your foot on the floor. Your hand should be in front of the shin right here, and my knee points to the outside edge of the mat. So you guys, I say a lot, or there are lots of cues in yoga, and practice by practice, a cue will resonate. And little by little, you become more proficient. So don't expect to be able to do all of this and to have it resonate, even for the first year. But little by little, you'll experience these incremental progressions in your yoga practice, I promise. Stick with it. It's the thing that keeps you mobile and keeps you flexible. And with mobility and flexibility, as you stay strong, keeps you feeling good in your skin, right? And that's what we ultimately want, is to feel good, feel healthy. So now place your hands in front of the shin, and then you're going to sit back and then tip the knees over to the other side. Last pose, guys. So press the knee down, foot flexed, and then look forward. Feels kind of awkward, right? It should. And this has a lot to do with, it's hip mobility right here, not necessarily flexibility. When we get into the pigeon pose, that's more flexibility. Here, we're just hanging out, sitting up with one knee 90 degrees, stretching the inner thigh, the groin, and then when you lean forward, there's your lower back, stretching the lower back, and maybe you can put your forearms on the mat. Maybe you're right here, that's okay. But I want you to just try to square the shoulders with that forward and towards the forward edge of the mat, right there. So just kind of draw that right side forward. And then maybe you can extend the leg back behind you. If you're able to do that, put the top of your foot on the floor back there. The other main point with pigeon pose, or half one leg pigeon pose, you want to point this knee that direction, towards the outside edge of the mat. And you can look down right here between your hands. Maybe you reach the arms forward and put your forehead down. 3 breaths. You can draw your abs in. Inhale and then exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your head, walk your hands in, look forward. Now sit on that hip on the side, and then bring your feet together. So one more stretch. Feet together like this, and so your knees are out to the sides. They may be up high. It's okay. It's just the angle of which your this ball of the femur sits inside the hip socket. So everybody's hip sockets are different in how much the socket, how deep the depth of the socket, right? So that determines your mobility. It's not flexibility there. It's mobility. It's your range of which your limbs can move. So then I want you to grab your feet and open your feet like a book. So when you do that, you'll notice your knees can go down a little bit further because you're turning your feet in and engaging the inner thighs a little bit more. So it's like what they say in yoga is it's like you're reading a book. So opening your feet like that. And you're kind of giving the base of the toes a pressure massage right there. Right, looking at your feet. Give the arches of your feet a little massage, a little pressure massage. And then tip your chest forward towards the legs, and again, open your feet. You can also bring your arms underneath the shins like this and get a much deeper lower back stretch.
right there. It feels super good if you can do that. If you can't do that, it's okay. You can just bring your arms on the outside of your shins and pull your head towards the forehead, towards your feet. And then lift up. Hands underneath the knees. Bring your legs together and cross your legs comfortably, and let's close class together. Bring your palms together lightly. Close your eyes. Bring the edge of the thumbs to the mind's eye, the brow. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. And a gesture of gratitude, edge of the hands to the heart with a light touch, a gesture of thanks. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for showing up. I hope you enjoyed this class. Tomorrow I will be on again at 7 a.m. for yoga strength. What am I saying? Strength hit. We will be doing strength training. Think about your 10s, 12s, 15s, maybe 20-pound weights. If you don't have 12s and 15s yet, go get them. You should progress to that level eventually. And let me know how you're doing. Thanks a lot.